Thank you, Ayush. Thank you so much for the introduction and setting up this platform to help people to get to the right line of treatment for most of the problems that our kids go through today. I'll just share my screen. Okay, I think some technical thingy.
You can unshare and reshare again.
Okay, I'll do that. All right, I think it's okay. So basically, let's first understand what is functional medicine. Now, most of them might be thinking, what is this new thingy? Now, functional medicine just a way at looking at the problem. It's a new methodology to know what is the problem in the body. Why are our body or kid's body or child's body is throwing some symptoms? Now we find out what is a reason behind these problems, and we solve that. As a consequence, a child can start behaving well. All these symptoms can start resolving, and to a greater extent they will resolve. And in many of the cases, the child can just become absolutely normal. So it's all about knowing what has caused the trouble in the first place. Now, when we don't know what is causing the problem, we don't know how to solve it. When we know what is the cause of the problem and we take action about it, then there's a large possibility we can solve the problem. So most of the therapies today, okay, now let's say Ayurveda and homeopathy. Now these are all old traditional therapies. Now nothing against them. They were meant for a period which was largely clean environment, clean food, okay, and we were away from all this negative radiation and exposure to a lot of negative things. Now these therapies has been adopted as it was there in the past, but environment around has changed. So the lot of changes that has happened today in terms of our food, in terms of our lighting, in terms of our water, so many things have changed, but drugs largely has remained the same. Now if we don't change the environment which is giving us the problem, then these therapies sometimes they're not as good as it's supposed to be. So we really need to find what is causing the problem. Now allopathy largely, I'm also allopathy trained medicine doctor. Now it is largely meant for symptomatic treatment. For acute problem, definitely it's a lot of use, but for chronic problems like learning disabilities, which we think it is it's a mind disorder, a brain disorder, but actually autism or ASD or ADHD, it's not a brain disorder, it's a body disorder. Now when the body is not healthy, it is impacting our brain. As a consequence, our children are giving these symptoms. Now if we fix the body, we can fix the brain. All the symptoms will can be taken care. Now there are different therapies that are occupational therapy, speech therapy. Now all these are okay to have it, but if we inside out treatment is not done, the root cause of the problem is not fixed. Okay, if the problem is still in the body is persisting, then outside treatment will not be of much good. Okay, and then sometimes we are made to believe that if we keep asking our child like a robot, they keep repeating the same thing, then they will be learning this at a much faster, but that's not happening. Now we as a human, we have an internal intelligence. Okay, now we have to let that intelligence rule our body. But when we do too much from the outside, we also fail our internal intelligence. It just we have to create the right environment within the body so that our brain can function well. It's all about, the functional medicine is all about knowing what has caused the problem and how do we fix, so that mind will also, because this body is connected. Now if our stomach is not keeping well, the mind or the brain will also not work well. Okay, all the kids are born to be real. This is a very fantastic line chosen by Ayush. Now, because of certain environmental conditions, certain epigenetic changes, okay, certain foods and certain nutrient deficiencies, our children are not behaving the way they should be behaving. It's not their fault. It's just the environment within them which has created a trouble, which has led to these kind of symptoms, ADHD, dyslexia, intellectual disabilities, and all that. Now we correct that, they can be normal to a greater extent, and many of them can just become normal. So we really need to make them real again. We really need to, make them feel that they're a part of society, they can function well within this society. Just a little bit background about myself. As a medical doctor, we work with autoimmune conditions, we work with metabolic disorders, we work with GI, and also we work with intellectual disability problems in the children. Now, to have a healthy brain, we need to have a right metabolism, we need to have a right immune system, we need to have a right gastrointestinal system. If our system is not digesting food right, we cannot feed the right nutrients to the brain. If metabolism is not happening right, our cells at the mitochondria are not producing enough energy, we cannot maintain the synapses into our brain. If our immune system is not working well, most of the cases we have seen nowadays, it is also becoming more, in the research, it is becoming more prevalent that autism is also nowadays is considered as an autoimmune problem, wherein our immune system is causing inflammation in the brain. As the inflammation increases, the kid starts throwing symptoms. And if we fix the GI system, we fix the metabolic system, we fix the immune system by creating right conditions, not by the drugs, but creating the right conditions within the body, the brain will start functioning better. As a consequence, we will see that these symptoms will start receding and eventually they can get much better. Now, just most of the time we were told that autism is a genetic problem. Now let us look at this situation. Maybe 30 years back, 40 years back, only one child out of 2,000 would have a problem. But today it's almost one child out of 200 or 150. That is the level of this condition is increasing. Now prevalence of the condition is increasing. In the last 30, 40 years, human genome has not changed. If genetics has not changed, what is causing the increased prevalence of this condition? There has to be something more to it, right? It is not just the genes which is causing the problem. Now, maybe in 1960s and all that, we were told that it is the bad mothering or bad parenting which has caused the problem. Then today we have started blaming the genes. It is not the bad parenting. Of course, it can play a role. Genetics definitely play a role into the problem. Parenting does play a role into the problem, but it is not the sole problem. There are other things to it. So nowadays, many of the practitioners, especially in the functional medicine field, autism is considered as a disorder of the body. If body is not healthy, it is impacting the brain, and brain is throwing up the symptoms. Now, if we fix the body, improve the symptoms of the body, as a consequence, brain development will start happening. It gets the nutrition what it needs to have it, and it will start, it will start functioning normal, and then symptoms will also be taken care. Now, just to look at this slide, maybe it will give you a better idea how our brain is impacted with multiple things. Okay. Now, genetics is one part of the problem. Sometimes some people have some genetic modifications or genetic SNPs, that is called. That might cause an impaired detoxification. That means we, from the environment, we keep getting toxins into our system, but our body is unable to take these toxins out. Now, sometimes because of certain genetic changes, our detoxification is impaired. We are not able to successfully do the detoxification. But if the toxic load becomes too much, the toxicity in the body becomes too much, they'll further lower down the detoxification. Sometimes antibiotics, our gut has lot of trillions of good bacteria and also has some poor bacteria that are not required. Of course, there has to be right balance to this bacteria in the stomach. To have a healthy digestive system, we need a right microbial balance into it. Now sometimes we have given a shot of antibiotic to our children, and post that they start throwing these symptoms. Before that they were all normal. Now antibiotic does not know what is a good bacteria and what is a bad bacteria. Now it kills all of them. When the bacterial good bacteria is low, the bad bacteria will grow. Bad bacteria will grow, it will produce byproducts. These byproducts will again influence the mind, influence the brain. As a result, we will have a trouble. Sometimes we have often seen that these children will have yeast overgrowth, fungal overgrowth. Now, when the fungus is there in the stomach, they're not digesting their food, they're actually fermenting their food. Now, when they ferment their food, one thing, they don't get enough nutrition to the body, to the brain. They also start this fungus, this yeast will also start excreting lot of toxic waste that also start getting into the body, into the system, and as a consequence into the brain also. As a consequence, there's inflammation and there's a toxic load in the brain also, leading to these symptoms. Now inflammation, in functional medicine, this is recognized as an inflammation of the brain. Now inflammation because of the toxicity, inflammation because of the antibiotic, inflammation of the yeast overgrowth, inflammation also because of the inflammatory foods. If the diet of the child has inflammatory foods into it. What are the inflammatory foods? Wheat, dairy, refined oil, sugars. Now, if we are feeding the fuel to the fire, there's already inflammatory condition, and we are giving or feeding our child with lot of inflammatory, unnatural, all this additive added foods or plastic packaged foods. Now, this is also adding fuel to the fire. This is adding inflammation to the body, to the brain. As a consequence, we get into all the symptoms that our children are throwing today. Another very important reason is sometimes this gluten and casein protein from the milk. When their body is not able to digest these proteins, these mal-digested proteins, they can act like a opioid. Opioid means just opium, a feme. Sometimes these gluten molecule from the wheat and the casein molecule from the milk, they can act like opium, and our kids start throwing these, they are desensitized. They don't recognize the right social behavior. So this is also a very big part of the problem, that what is fed to them and how it is impacting them. Food can be positive to them, food can also become negative to them. So we have to make sure that the food is right. Now brain is a downstream. First, our body has to absorb the nutrients and feed it to the brain. Now if our body is not healthy, or the things in that is happening in the body is not healthy, our brain is getting impacted. So opioids is a one problem because of the gluten and casein. Nutrition deficiency is another problem. Toxicity today, all the air is bad, a lot of lead toxicity is happening. Sometimes food have a lot of pesticides. All the plastics that is coming from a plastic bottle, that is also impacting us in a bad way. Then of course our genetic makeup, which predispose us to the problem. Now when we have all the other problems, poor genetics will add to the problem. So if we fix all what do you say, the root causes of the issue, then even the poor genetics can handle to maintain a healthy body, if that is the case. So genes load the gun, but environment pulls the trigger. So a child might have a predisposition to a problem, to autism, to ADHD and all that. But if we maintain the right environment within the body, they might not even manifest. Sometimes it's not even a genetic problem, it is an acquired problem. That means the genetic makeup is all well, but the environment within the body is so polluted, even the bad genes start manifesting. As a consequence, they start manifesting a problem. To have a healthy body, we need to have a healthy immune system. We need to have a healthy gut function. We need to have a healthy detoxification system functioning. Now, if the amount of antioxidants in the body is low, then the detoxification is also impaired. We cannot take out this negative things out of our body. Now, most of the cases, as we take history from our, the children suffering from autism or ADHD, we see that they are very picky eaters. They don't eat enough diverse foods. They only specifically stick to gluten, or they're sticking to dairy products, or they're sticking to all chocolates, or they don't eat natural foods. That's one. Even if they are eating some vegetables or grains, they are very limited to few of them. Now they don't get enough antioxidants for their system to work properly. Now here we have listed down various reasons of autism or ADHD. This can be oxidative stress. This can be dysbiosis. Dysbiosis means poor gut bacterial balance in the large intestine. SIBO means poor bacterial disbalance in the small intestine. These guys might be bloated, these guys might be constipated, these guys might have loose stool, diarrhea, or sometimes GERD, acidity. That is also another problem. Sometimes food intolerances or insensitivities. This is also one major part behind these problems. We feed them some foods and they react to it. Now, if the food has to be positive, if we're feeding certain foods where the child is reacting to it, we must avoid it. Sometimes certain foods, they don't react immediately. They have a delayed sensitivities. That is also, we have to check what foods are, they're tolerating, what foods they cannot tolerate, and we have to avoid those foods so that inflammation can come down. We have seen parasitic infection is another reason. If we check their stool, we might find a lot of parasites into their stools. That is also one of the reasons behind autism. Elevated histamine, that is again related to the inflammation in the gut and the dysbiosis. As a consequence, certain foods start reacting when we don't have the right bacterial balance into our gut. Limited glutathione production. Now, glutathione is a compound which helps to detox our system. Sometimes because of the nutritional deficiencies or because of the genetic makeup, we are not able to make enough of the glutathione. As a consequence, the toxic load starts building up. As a consequence, inflammation. As a consequence, brain is inflamed. As a consequence, there are symptoms. Increased toxin burden. Of course, genetics is one part of the problem. Vaccination sometimes can lead to the problem. Low vitamin D, very critical nowadays. Vitamin D is becoming more crucial. Now we see today most of the kids, especially in this era of lockdowns and all that, most of the child, they're inside. They hardly go under sun. We as humans, we are supposed to be under sun. We're supposed to take a lot of energy from the sun. But today, what is happening? We're always under the artificial lighting. We hardly go under sun, and this is same applies to the kids also. Now, when we don't get enough sunlight, we don't get nourishment from the sun, we don't get red light from the sun, our mitochondria is broken because of that. As a consequence, we don't even make enough vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is a compound which helps to modulate the immune system, which helps to lower the inflammation. Now, when we don't have enough vitamin D, our immune system is not working well. As a consequence, inflammation. As a consequence, we have inflammation in the brain and these symptoms. Sometimes if a mother is not nutritionally well, she don't have enough nutrition into her body during the pregnancy, that because a baby will get the nutrition from the mother. If mother doesn't have enough nutrition, baby will get a nutritionally deficit. As a consequence, the baby can have the problem. Sometimes now things are changing, but prenatal folic acid exposure. Now, folic acid, there are two compounds. One is called folate, one is called folic acid. Folic acid is the artificial B9, vitamin B9. Now, our system, our body cannot metabolize folic acid or cannot use it. In fact, it is more of a problem than it is doing any good to it. So if any mother is given folic acid in their pregnancy, that can also potentially cause the problem to the baby. Then of course, the if poor methylation. So methylation is a very important process in detoxification, in activation, deactivation of the genes. If methylation is not happening either because of lack of nutrients or lack of certain like folic acid is not there or methylfolate is not there, that also can impair the system, and as a consequence our children are suffering. Epigenetics. Now there are certain environmental triggers, the kind of food, the kind of bacteria we have into our gut, kind of light exposure we have, kind of toxins we have. Now all this different triggers, they influence our genetic makeup. They either help us move into healthy direction or cause an unhealthy body. So if epigenetics, the choices of lifestyle, the food are not healthy for us, they can influence the genetic makeup for our body, and the consequences of poor health. Same is happening with the kids today. Kids are not getting enough sunlight, they're not getting enough nutritionally rich food, they're also always exposed to the artificial light, all these TVs or laptops or electromagnetic field, which is very poor. Then of course sometimes if mothers are exposed to a lot of radiation during their pregnancy, that is also another problem which can put these children at risk of the problem. Good news is most of the things we can fix, we can take care of them, we can improve their status, except for changing the genetics. Most of the things we can take care even in the latest stage of the problem, so that a child inflammation, nutrition, toxicity can be improved. As a consequence, inflammation can improve. As a consequence, the symptoms which a child is throwing will start improving. So to have a healthy body, we need to have a healthy gut microbiome. Gut microbiome means the diversity of the gut bacteria, the kind of bacteria we have, kind of immune system we have. When we don't have right bacteria, it causes inflammation into our GI system. The inflammation in the GI causes inflammation in the body. Inflammation in the body causes inflammation in the brain. Okay. Now, as a consequence, when our stomach, our bacteria is not healthy, our stomach is not healthy. Even if we are eating healthy food, we cannot digest it, because bacteria play a major role in digesting our food. When we don't have enough healthy bacteria into our gut, even healthy food is not healthy for us. As a consequence, we can get into deficiencies. Then, if we don't have healthy microbiome, certain foods which otherwise can be healthy, we might start reacting to it. A child might start getting allergies to those foods. So that is also important, that we maintain a healthy microbiome even to digest food, even to avoid allergies. Now today, children are hooked up to eating chocolates, they're hooked up to eating plastic water bottles, they're hooked up to milk that is coming in a plastic package, all the chips, all the most of the things, that chocolates and ice creams and all that, they are always plastic packaged. Now this plastic will leach out into the food, and this can act as a xenobiotic, and it can be neurotoxic, it can be toxic to the neurons in the brain. It can also be immunotoxic, it can mess up the immune system. Now autism is a problem of the brain because of high inflammation and damage to the neurons. So you see, what are the lifestyle, the food choices that we are making for our children, that is impacting their well-being. So if we improve this, as a consequence, we can improve their health. So functional medicine approach is always to try. See, we want to know in each children, there can be different reasons of the same manifestation. They can have autism, but each individual will have a different biochemistry problems. Some child might have a poor gut microbiome, some might have a toxin load, some might have a nutritional deficiencies, some might have is having allergies to certain things, or some might have what do you say, all of them. So in functional medicine approach, we try to find out what are the reasons behind this child's problem, and we address one by one, so that eventually the body becomes healthy. If body can become healthy, brain will certainly become healthy. As a consequence, symptoms will also be taken care. So now, in this presentation, you are able to connect the dots, right? If they're not eating healthy, they're not getting the right nutrition. That is the reason of the problem. Now, let's understand what the major deficiencies that most of the time we find in these children. Fatty acid deficiencies. Now, healthy fats is a very major requirement of a healthy body. 60 to 70% of the brain is actually fat. If our child is not eating healthy fats, it's a one major part of the problem. Zinc deficiency, iron deficiency, very common, folate deficiency, magnesium deficiency, phospholipids deficiency, B6 deficiency, vitamin D deficiency, amino acids. They don't have enough proteins in their body. Now, the child has a growing body. The demands are, the demands are more, but we are not giving them the right foods, or they're not able to digest because of the poor microbiome. And that is happening. A kid get into deficiencies. As a consequence, the brain development does not happen properly. As a consequence, they can be into trouble. Genetically modified food, major problem. Now, genetically modified foods, our body is not designed to eat certain proteins which are not native to this earth. Now, as a evolution, we are always, if we stick to the nature, we can be healthy, we can sustain our life. When we become too smart as a society and we think we can do whatever nonsense we want to do with the bodies, then we are getting into trouble. Just to give you an example of what wheat. Now, wheat is a largely available wheat is genetically modified. Now, modification of wheat was done for two reasons. One reason was to increase the production of the wheat, that's fine. But another reason was to have a pest control. Now, pest control means if a pest would eat this grain, the pest would die. The pest will have holes into the digestive tract of this guy, and it would die. Now, imagine if this wheat can kill the pest, it is doing a lot of havoc onto our body, especially our children. And this is one of the reasons behind the problem. Food allergies, when the microbiome is not healthy and we eat certain foods like eggs, fish, walnuts, shellfish, it's not for everybody, but some might react, some might not react, depending on their diversity of the microbiome. But if they are allergic and we are feeding them these foods, the inflammation will go high. Inflammation lead to inflammation in the brain and lead to symptoms of autism, ADHD, and all that. So sometimes, as per as parents, you must have gone to the doctor, and the doctor must have looked at their blood parameters and say, oh no, all is well, all is well. Now, one thing is sometimes we don't even run enough blood parameters to know the deficiencies. Second thing is there's a subtle difference with the deficiency and an insufficiency. For example, on the reference range, vitamin D is from 30 to 90. Ideal range of vitamin D is more than 60. 60 to 80 is the ideal range. Now, if it is below 30, then we call it as deficiency. But if it is below 60, it will be still called as insufficiency. Now, insufficiencies still can be a problem, right? So it's just not that we need to look at the blood parameters from the reference range and see whether it is within the range, and we just move on. If it is insufficient also, we have to improve those so that a function of the body can improve. Now, very important concept called leaky gut. Now, our stomach is designed to digest our food and extract the nutrition and give it to the blood, and then it is circulated among all the different parts of the body. Now, when our gut becomes leaky, that means the pores in the gut becomes more wider. Undigested food start getting into the bloodstream. Bacterial byproducts start getting into the bloodstream. Lot of unwanted toxins start getting in the bloodstream, and this body start reacting to it. Now, there's a gut-brain axis, then there's also brain barrier, blood-brain barrier. Now, if our gut becomes leaky over a period of time, if we don't take care of the stomach health, our brain, a blood-brain barrier also becomes leaky. That leads to toxin load into the brain as well, leading to trouble to the children. So there are multiple reasons for leaky gut. One is, of course, the food, kind of food that we're feeding them. Now, so there's something called molecular mimicry also. Now, our immune system is trained by the gut microbiome, the kind of bacteria we have, the kind of immune system we have. Sometimes when we eat certain foods, which our immune system, as we also genetically get certain information from our generation, old generations, like this is native to us, this is not native to us. Now, in this generation, we have started feeding ourselves with a lot of hybrid foods. Now, the proteins in these foods are not native to us. And when our immune system, sees this new proteins, it makes antibodies against it. Now, there's a similarity of the protein into the new food and in the body. Antibodies are made against this external proteins. We're starting our own self, leading to inflammation in the brain, leading to symptoms of ADHD and autism and other learning disabilities. So far, we have been mostly told about gut-brain axis, that our brain is impacting our body, which is true. But now it is also been discovered that our gut is also impacting our brain. The kind of gut we have, kind of brain we have. When we don't have the right bacteria, we have poor gut microbiome balance, which is called dysbiosis. This is also impacting the brain largely. For parents understanding, someday if somebody does not have a proper bowel movements, you will be irritated, you will be frustrated because your stomach is not clean, you have not taken a proper bowel movement at that day. So impact, imagine our children going through this problem all the time. The stomach is not keeping well, they're crying but they cannot tell, they're bloated. So if the stomach is not keeping well, it is impacting. Then of course the level of neurotransmitters and all that, based on the amount of nutrition that is coming into the gut, from the gut to the blood. So if gut is not functioning well, there's a lot of nutritional deficiency that is happening. Now, to have a healthy body, we have to have a healthy digestive system. Also, we have to have a healthy endocrine system so that different hormones can work in the sync way and the body can function in right way. Now, there are so many things today we use into our daily routine life, which is impacting our digestive system, which is antibiotics, which is acid blockers, gluten, painkillers, steroids. Sometimes we see that children will have a lot of constipation and they put onto laxatives, high sugar diet, food allergies, processed and junk food. All these things can mess up the digestive system. If we don't have a healthy digestive system, we don't have a healthy brain. At the same time, endocrine system can be impacted by a lot of body lotions, sunscreen, sunblocks, pesticides, plastics. Now, all this can come from a lot of various sources. Plastics. You see, now you can correlate what are you feeding to your children. Now you can correlate what kind of packaging material that is being used to store that food, and you can relate what kind of chemicals we are feeding them, and which is the part of the problem. Not that they have something wrong with their body, it's just that we are not able to maintain a right environment for them. Now, water is a very important component. 75% of our body is water. If we don't drink healthy water, we are into trouble. Now, water, it does various rules, but just one basic concept about water is it takes the nutrition from the GI system into the blood, and from the blood to the different cells of the body, to the brain also. Now, when water is not properly structured, it's not in the natural form, it cannot carry the nutrition to the body. It cannot carry the nutrition to the brain. Also, at the same time, it cannot see, all the cells are doing a metabolic activity. A lot of waste are produced. So this waste also has to come out of these cells and should be taken out from the liver and from the kidneys. Now, when the water we are drinking, either we are not drinking enough sufficient water, or the quality of water is not good. That means the water water is not structured water. That can also impact our body in a large way. That can lead to inflammation, that can lead to deficiencies, that can lead to toxicities. Now that can lead to a lot of troublesome to our children. Now, very important. Now, we're getting a lot of calls, and it is becoming very evident in this lockdown period of 1 year. The number of cases or number of children suffering from or their severity of the problem has increased. Okay, the main reason because these children were largely inside their house, hooked onto iPhones, iPads, laptops, screens, TV, and largely in the blue light, that is artificial LED lights, tube lights, and all that. Now, all this gadgets, all this artificial lighting, they create something called non-native electromagnetic field. Now, there's a magnetic field of the earth which we are supposed to be in and which is healthy for us, and there's an artificial electromagnetic field which is being created. Now, a child's body is growing body, right? It can absorb 60% more radio frequency radiation from the cell phone or a wireless device than a person who in their 20s. It can absorb more of the negative thing. This can hamper their physical health. Now you see, you can correlate. Your child was in a lockdown. He was under the influence of this gadgets or under the influence of all this artificial lighting from day to morning and day to night, and their symptoms either worsened or they were all normal. Just because of lockdown, you find that they are not behaving well. So imagine how much impact that is being done to our kids, just because we are not keeping them in the right environment. We are exposing them to unwanted radiation all the time. Now, just ask yourself, it's whether your child is getting everything they need to function optimally, whether they have the enough nutrition, whether they have the right gut microbiome, whether the body is having enough nutrition to make the neurotransmitters in the system, or is there something that's interfering in the proper development of their body? If some interference is there, if toxins are there, if radio frequencies are there, if blue light is there from the artificial lighting, what is that part of the problem which is making them sick? And if we tackle that part, there's a possibility we can help them get better. The solution is we have to make sure that a body is detoxified. If any toxins, we have to test them and take them out. We have to find the nutrition status. If anything is missing, we have to feed the specific nutrition. If the inflammation is high, we have to cut down these inflammatory foods, improve their inflammation status. If the gut, the stomach don't have enough healthy bacteria, we have to feed them different kind of variety of foods, variety of prebiotics, and if required, supplementation to improve the gut microbiome diversity. As a consequence, their body can become healthy. So, so now Ayush, you can take over.
The mood question is then how can we help? Why are we doing this and how we can help? So we do have a structured 3-month long program in which we can not only diagnose your child's condition, and we can also help him be on a corrective path and address some of the underlying systemic conditions. So the entire thing is structured into 2 parts. Month 1 is wherein we have an initial consultation. I'll go deeper into all of these things. Month 1, we start with having a deep initial consultation wherein we look at all the past reports, and we have consultations or prolonged discussion with the parent, etc. If it is required, we have to go for a little bit of testing as well. So the idea is to define a plan of action, which we also follow up within the first month to try and make an assessment of whether we are in the right direction and clearly have some benefits and indication of whether we are on the right track. Now, also in the initial month, what we are trying to do is have a lot of education for parents. So that you don't have to Google for 10,000 things and you don't have to reach out for many other experts for different kinds of information and so on. So there are 4 classes that we conduct. for parents' education. We in month 2 and 3, we are primarily trying to go for implementation. So we are trying to gain results from the plan of action, and there is a realignment in the beginning of the month, both the months, month 2 and 3. And the entire thing is from a perspective that we do in a group. As I said, group online wellness programs is what we do. So the idea is to make a group so that we can have a parents community, which is presided by Dr. Ashwini. So all your questions are answered there, and we have a harmony and a positive environment, including both the parents in the group, etc. So there are some topical sessions, which means that parents get to choose what they want Dr. Ashwini to speak about. So basis that we have bi-weekly sessions in both the months, month 2 and 3. And a realignment session is the personal part. So that happens at an individual level. Now, alongside, you have a continuous support through and throughout. So which is a WhatsApp group support as well as individual doctor supports through WhatsApp. The community support that I spoke of is also there. And on call, if required, you may also, avail a behavioral experts capability. Now, just to summarize the whole thing, the entire thing is a 4-step process. It starts from diagnosis, goes deeper into education, as I spoke of, and then deeply it is embedded throughout and circles with a deep sense of personalization for the individual and child, and finally wrapped around with an all pervasive community support in which all the parents reside together in the group, and Dr. Ashwini is there to help you with all your queries. Now, as somebody asked, Shaimina asked, how do you diagnose? So we look at health history. We look at all the reports that you have. This all happens through an initial consultation. There could be tests involved. Basis those tests, there would be blood tests. We do have a collaboration with ThyroCare. So because of the partnership that exists, the test would be at a discounted rate of 50% for you. So they would not be causing you, much of a burden on the pocket. Basically, the idea is by analyzing deeply, it is somewhat similar to biomedical, but the difference is biomedical. We have to be a little careful about the credentials of the person who is giving biomedical. Is he a qualified doctor, and what kind of background he is coming from? On the other hand, functional medicine practice is by certification. So the idea is to not just look at diet and nutrition, but also supplementation as well. Education, the 4 classes that we are going to have in the first session are fixed. So we are going to talk about different root causes and what could be potential solutions, nutrition deficiency and toxicity. We are going to be talking about gut health, gut microbiome, and so on, and toxicity. The idea is to have an open discussion, pretty much an ask me anything kind of session, to empower you and help you with the implementation perspective. So that all of this happens on a weekly basis in month 1. So the other thing that I spoke of, the personalized support, which means basically you're connected with Dr. Ashwini through WhatsApp continuously, and you can have a regular check-in or whatever queries you want to bounce off and take ideas for. You can do this on a regular basis. Realignment happens on a continuous basis, as I already discussed. And towards the end of the program, we go for a retesting so that we can have a before and after picture, and we can assess the kind of gains, and in future for the following months and years to come, what exactly we need to do to further have more and more gains for the child. Now,
so basically, I used to summarize this part. Parents should need to understand what is the problem and what is the solution. Now, this is an empowerment program. We will tell parents what is that specifically in their child, what is going wrong, and what are the actionable they need to do. At the end of the day, they have to be home and implementing all these things. Okay. When you know this is the part of the problem, you can work towards it. But if we most time we label it as a genetic problem, then we give up. We don't have a solution to the problem. But when we get deeper into the problem, we find out specifics. If toxicity is there, nutritional deficiency is there, gut microbiome is disbalanced, candida infection is there, then you know what to do about it. Then you're more motivated. So training and education is a large part of this program, wherein we spend enough time telling you in depth what is the problem and what you can do about it.
Thank you, sir. So, which is obviously far deeper and more elaborately addressed in a group. So, which is why it is recommended that if you're thinking about something similar, then you try and attend this or do this in a group if possible. So, I'm launching a small little poll just to understand, whether this is something which interested you, and we'll share the pricing details and everything also very soon. But just to understand whether you need further consultation, how is it, and so on. So like that. Now, going further, we are talking about what Sir was talking about, the community support and education and so on. And especially, we are also speaking of a parent group support. So that community and engagement and sharing and learning from each other is one huge aspect of this entire program. Now, what you can specifically achieve from this program. So, sir, you would want to take this up? I think it would be better.
Sure. Now, we will test for their nutrition. Okay. And after 3 months, we will recheck their nutrition. You will find that there's a improved parameters. All the parameters by and large should start improving. If it's a negative parameter, it start dropping. It's a good parameter, start improving, right? If there are any concomitant issues, like you mentioned, autism is not a brain problem, it's a body problem. Okay. If the child has allergy, gut issues, asthma, anything, it will start reducing. These problems will start settling. And also, their brain symptoms will also start settling. They will have a balanced mood, improved. Basically, from a negative state, they will start moving towards a positive side of it. Their aggressiveness will start calming down. They will start socializing. Their stereotypical behaviors, shouting and all that, they will start reducing. Impulsiveness will start reducing. They will have a better sleep. They will be becoming more independent. Of course, we have to see where we start from and what we achieve in this 3 months. Then you will, if you have that, don't expect that everything will be sorted out, but ideas in this 3 months, if you do it properly, you will find that they start moving towards a positive side of their health and the symptoms are improving.
Great. Thank you, sir. So the cost of the program, if you buy it as a whole package for the entire 3 months, is at a discounted rate of 16,000 rupees, which is there applicable for you for the next 2 days, specifically for this webinar attendees. And if you want to break it into 2 parts, as we discussed, month 1, you can buy this at a discounted price currently at 8,000 for the next 2 days. And then if you want to continue and buy the next 2, just to check out, whether this methodology is working for you or not, then you can start with month 1. And then you can buy in the next 2 months. The only difference is the discount part of it would no longer be there. So it would be costing the entire thing, all 3 months would be costing 20,000 rupees. So that's how it is. We also do have an educational part. So there might be a few behavioral therapists and different kinds of therapists and educators and so on in this webinar. So they can also gain from all the knowledge that is getting shared. For those kind of people, there are 8 classes. There are 4 topical classes, bi-weekly classes in 1, 2, and 3, and 4 topics which we have discussed in month 1. And you also become a part of that WhatsApp group, and it's a community. We all learn from each other. So Dr. Ashwini is there to bounce off ideas and so on. So all of that is there. Now the program is starting on Saturday. The sessions are going to happen at 7 p.m. on Saturdays. So 6 March we are starting. So there is a little bit of time for us to get in touch with each other and ask all the questions that we need to. So we have provided enough time for that. And the idea is to answer all the queries and help you become as much informed as you can. So please do share your phone numbers. Whoever is interested, whoever wants to buy the program or has questions or want to reach out to us, we will be sharing a lot of information on which number you can reach out to. You can obviously reach out to me. So by the way, Jackie, again I am saying, so my name is Ayush. Let's not mention partner. All right, fair enough. So my name is Ayush, and I'm sharing my phone number here with you. So those of you who are having privacy concern, you can share your numbers privately with me. And others, I would recommend if you can share your phone numbers, it would be easier for us to reach you. So we would want to open up for all the questions. So the payments, yeah. So payment you can make from all kinds of methodology, whether it is UPI or bank transfers or credit card or whatnot. So all of these methodologies are there available to you. So the message has already been shared. You can avail the benefits through that message and so on. And please do respond to the polls so that we know if you want any kind of assistance and so on. So I am, by the way, allowing you to unmute yourself and you can ask your questions directly. So I'll just hold on to the screen for a little bit so that if anybody is taking a screenshot, etc., they can do that. And if somebody wants to scan and make the payment, they can also do that. Yeah.
हेलो, मैं पूछ सकती हूँ क्वेश्चन?
जी मैम, प्लीज।
हेलो,
पूछिए ऋतु जी।
हाँ, मैं पूछ रही थी कि मेरा बेटा अभी 2 साल 5 महीने का है और वो अभी ना बहुत कम बोलता है, यानी मैं बुलवाती हूँ तभी बोलता है। और सम टाइम लगता है कि वो कमांड ले रहा है, सम टाइम लगता है नहीं ले रहा है। वो सूसू अपने आप कर लेता है, पॉटी अपने आप करता है, सोता है, मतलब उसको सूसू आता है तो बेड पे नहीं करता, वो नीचे उतर के करता है। तो लग रहा है कि कमांड लेता है, लेकिन सम टाइम लगता है कि वो नहीं सुन रहा है। और दूसरा, वो ना बोलता नहीं है। मतलब मैंने बुलवाया दादा, काका, मामा, तो वो बोल रहा है मैंगो, ये सब बोल रहा है। इवन उसको मैंने बुक दिया, उसके ऊपर एप्पल, बनाना दिखाए तो वो सब वो बता रहा है। ये चीजें हो रही है। और अभी जहां पर हमने न्यूट्रिशन की बात करी, उसको मैंने देखा है कि मैंने 6 मंथ पे उसको रागी दिया था, तो उसकी 6 मंथ का मतलब 1 साल दिया है मैंने उसको, तो वो पॉटी में यूं का यूं निकल आता है और पॉटी भी उसकी बहुत ज्यादा होती है। और दूसरा, उसको अगर मैं बादाम देती हूँ तो उसको है ना वो हो जाता है, क्या बोलते हैं, रेशेस निकल आते हैं। मतलब पीप वाली जो फुंसी होती है ना, वो निकल आती। तो अब इसका क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है इसको, वो समझ नहीं आ रहा है।
अच्छा, वो बच्चा सी सेक्शन से पैदा हुआ कि नॉर्मल डिलीवरी से पैदा हुआ?
नॉर्मल 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 हुआ है।
Okay. Any antibiotic course given in the before this all started with to him?
वो जब हुआ था नॉर्मल डिलीवरी में, तो उसने है ना वो गंदा पानी पी लिया था, तो 2 दिन वो नर्सरी में रहा था।
ठीक है, ठीक। So you see, जो भी खाना खाते हैं हम लोग, स्टमक एसिड के उसके ऊपर काम करना है, एंड गट माइक्रोबाइम, द बैक्टीरिया इन द गट हैज टू वर्क ऑन द फूड to break it into smaller pieces and which has to be absorbed into the body. Okay. जब अपने पास healthy microbiome नहीं होता है, okay, this is where the trouble comes in. जैसे आप कह रहे रागी खिलाए वैसा का वैसा निकल गया because it is not getting digested properly. Now certain proteins from the almond, अगर प्रोटीन डाइजेस्ट नहीं होगा वो इन्फ्लेमेशन कॉज कर देगा, एलर्जी कॉज कर देगा। डाइवर्सिटी के ऊपर भी डिपेंड करता है whether we have the right microbiome to digest those foods. अगर अपना माइक्रोबायोम क्वांटिटी एंड क्वालिटी ऑफ द बैक्टीरिया इन द स्टमक इज लेस, तो सर्टेन कुछ लोग हैं हर चीज डाइजेस्ट कर लेते हैं, कुछ लोग हैं बहुत कम चीजें डाइजेस्ट कर पाते हैं बिकॉज द डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ द माइक्रोबायोम इज लो। अभी इसीलिए एलर्जीज का, अस्थमा का कोई आंसर ही नहीं है। डॉक्टर्स आर क्लूलेस व्हाट टू डू अबाउट इट, सिंपली अ साइंस ऑफ गट। अगर स्टमक अच्छा नहीं है, माइक्रोबायोम अच्छा नहीं है, उनका डाइजेस्टिव एबिलिटीज अच्छा नहीं है।
तो उसका रूट कॉज क्या रहा है कि वो बोल नहीं रहा है, तो मुझे क्या करना होगा उसके लिए?
We have to work on the digestive system. अगर उनका डाइजेशन अच्छा होगा, उनका न्यूट्रिशन एस्पेक्ट्स बढ़ेगा, उनके ब्रेन को न्यूट्रिशन जाएगा। जब स्टमक अच्छा नहीं है तो स्टमक अच्छा नहीं होना इतना नहीं है कि इट एंड्स देयर, इट कॉजेस इन्फ्लेमेशन इन द सिस्टम। सिस्टम में इन्फ्लेमेशन, ब्रेन में इन्फ्लेमेशन, इन्फ्लेमेशन लीड्स टू द सिम्टम्स। अब उनका अगर बॉडी में इनफ न्यूट्रिशन नहीं तो लर्निंग कैसे
हेलो हेलो
Sir, please, Praveen ji, please unmute yourself. We had to mute all because of the disturbance.
Hello?
Yes, Sindhu ji, please go ahead.
Sir, I have a question that my daughter is having low focus. फोकस कम है उसका किसी भी चीज में तो इन वाइल राइटिंग फोकस कम है उसको. कभी कभी हम कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे तो वो क्वेश्चन को आंसर देना नहीं देती है, दूसरा क्वेश्चन उन्होंने पूछ लेती है. सो इसके लिए कुछ पूछे जो क्वेश्चन ही फिर पूछती है. As I'm clear, sir, question.
Dr. Ashwini, you are there?
Okay. Yes. So it could be attention deficit, right? So again, it's all boils down to whether there is inflammation in the body, whether the brain has the right nutrition to develop itself and work the way we want to work. Okay. If we fix that part of the issue, you will see that attention comes back. Now, we most of the time see in adults also. There are some adults, they're very sharp and some adults are dull. Now, when we run their profiles, we find there's a lot of nutrition deficiencies. Same applies to kids also. In the kid, they need more nutrition because their body is developing.
Okay.
Hello.
What nutrition we need to?
Okay, so macro and right, Sapna, macro and micronutrients that can be healthy fats, that can be healthy proteins, that can be healthy vitamins. So we need to specifically check in that specific child what is missing. And based on that, we have to take a personalized approach to correct that.
Okay.
Hello, may I ask a question? Hello. Hello.
Yes.
One by
audible?
Sapna ji, please go ahead.
Yes. तो मेरा बेटा 8 years का है, अभी नॉन वर्बल है. एंड अभी कुछ महीनों पहले हमने नेम चेक प्रोटोकॉल भी ट्राई किया था, बट उसके बाद उसको साइलेंट सीजर्स जैसी कुछ चीज आने लगी थी. मतलब वो वोमिटिंग कर देता है एंड पास आउट हो जाता है, एकदम बेशुद्ध हो जाता है. तो मैं समझ नहीं पा रही हूँ कि ये गट डिस्टरबेंस की वजह से ही हो रहा है कि क्या, क्योंकि ये बाहर की चीजें नहीं खाता, ना पैकेज्ड फूड हमने अलाउ किया है. मतलब लिटरली चॉकलेट्स भी उसने 3-4 महीने पहले लास्ट खाया होगा, इतना हमने उसको रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर रखा है, ना बिस्किट्स ना चॉकलेट्स. तो जो भी है हेल्दी ईटिंग्स है उसके, बट फिर भी उसको ये बेल्चिंग और ये वोमिटिंग ऐसी चीजें अब भी होना शुरू किया है उसको. वो बता नहीं पाता है क्योंकि नॉन वर्बल है. तो क्या आप इसमें मेरी कुछ मदद कर सकते हैं?
डेफिनेटली अगर डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम्स पूरा नहीं बन रहा, हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड पूरा नहीं बन रहा है, तब भी प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगा. ऑफ कोर्स माइक्रोबायोम इज अनदर पार्ट ऑफ द आई डोंट नो व्हाट ऑल इन योर प्रोटोकॉल यू हैव डन, बट इफ एनीथिंग यू मस्ट सी दीस थिंग्स हैव टू बी डन वेरी प्रिसाइजली.
प्रीबायोटिक मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम उसके लिए स्टार्ट किए हैं. प्रोबायोटिक हमने पहले भी दिए थे, लेकिन प्रीबायोटिक इस बार फर्स्ट टाइम हमने इंट्रोड्यूस किए थे. विद इन 5 months ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ नेम चेक प्रोटोकॉल हमें ये चीजें दिखाई देने लगी कि इसको सीजर्स जैसी चीजें कुछ आ रही है. तो क्या मुझे ये ऐसे
टू बी केयरफुल इन डूइंग योर प्रोडक्ट्स? हाँ,
तो उसके पहले हमने GFCF डाइट का भी किया था 2 साल पहले, और उसका काफी अच्छा रिजल्ट आया भी था. और अब जब मैं करती हूँ तो उसके कुछ भी रिजल्ट नहीं आ रहे.
सो एक तो है
GFCF डाइट के भी
we have to sustain this thing. These are not short term things. Okay, right fuel to the body is a
3
continuous.
years I have sustained with that thing.
Correct.
Okay.
Saying you got results, right? अगर मेरे पास एक डीजल का कार है, मैं डीजल डालूंगा तो कार अच्छा चलेगा. मैं पेट्रोल डालना चालू कर दूंगा, what do we expect from the car, right? तो बॉडी का भी ऐसा ही है. आज बच्चों में ये प्रॉब्लम बिकॉज आप पेरेंट हो, लेकिन अगर आप एडल्टहुड में देखो, आजकल हर बीमारी बढ़ रहा है ना. यंग बच्चों में भी आ रहा है, एडल्टहुड में भी आ रहा है, उसके 40 के बाद भी बहुत बीमारी बढ़ रहा है, simply because either food is not good or the environment is not good. तो हर एज ग्रुप इज इम्पैक्टेड, सिंपली बिकॉज डीजल की गाड़ी है, हम पेट्रोल डाले जा रहे हैं, राइट? तो दीज शॉर्ट टर्म में अगर हम कहीं 3 साल की अच्छा किया आपने, लेकिन चलते रहना है, रुकना नहीं है उसमें। देयर इज नो, हम ऐसा नहीं कि शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए कुछ और खराब करने लग जाएंगे। इट्स अ डेवलपिंग बॉडी, उसमें तो और केयरफुल होना है अपने को। So of course we can certainly look into, see, we do a very personalized way. We run a thorough battery of tests, find out what is missing, and before we give any pre and probiotic, we do a cleaning round. Okay, so we have to first bring down the bad and the good bacteria, then start feeding the good bacteria. अगर हमने cleaning round नहीं किया तब उल्टा भी असर हो जाता है कई बार।
Hi. Exactly. सर एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन मैं पूछूंगी आपसे कि GFCF डाइट जो है, तो इसमें से हमें ये भी देखने को मिल गया कि इसके टूथ कैरीज शुरू हो गए थे।
I don't know, उसमें
तो क्या ये सही होगा कि कंटिन्यूअसली GFCF डाइट किया जाए?
Okay, gluten free, casein free diet अगर आप करते हो, you actually feed them a variety of things, okay, which is more positive grains, which will improve the gut microbiome, which will improve the buccal cavity microbiome also, okay. So ये तो हमेशा ही करना चाहिए, अगर अपने पास कैपेबिलिटी है, we should always do it. और वीट का और डेयरी का कोई हीट नहीं है ह्यूमन बॉडी में,
राइट?
Hello.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Samir here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
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 Hello. Praveen here. Hello.
Yes.
Praveen, you are audible. Please go ahead.
हाँ सर, एक 2-3 क्वेश्चन, एक क्वेश्चन था मेरा कि ऑलमोस्ट 80% ऑटिस्टिक चाइल्ड में मैंने देखा है कि उसमें फिक्सेशन होते हैं, फैसिनेशंस होते हैं रिलेटेड टू द सम ऑब्जेक्ट्स, स्पिनिंग ऑब्जेक्ट्स, स्पिनिंग, मूविंग व्हील्स, मूविंग ऑब्जेक्ट्स. How, what kind of the solution you are having for this?
It's all because of the inflammation, okay. अगर बॉडी में inflammation ज्यादा है तो that is part of the problem. As we bring down their inflammation, okay, then they will start functioning normal.
Basically, see, if the child is having exceeding fascinations, the ability to respond to environment वो बहुत कम हो जाती है उन बच्चों में. That's why तो इंडिपेंडेंट रिस्पॉन्सेस, काफी स्पॉन्टेनियस या इंडिपेंडेंट रिस्पॉन्सेस बहुत कम हो जाते हैं उन लोगों के लिए. डॉक्टर्स, तो what is exactly the immediate solutions for this? How we can deal with such kind of child? यानी जो इन्फ्लेमेटरी प्रोसेस, इन्फ्लेमेशन ऑफ द सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम या ब्रेन के बारे में बात करें आप, what are the reasonable causes for that? And fundamental, what exactly the susceptibilities are responsible for the such kind of the inflammation or the brain inflammation आप जो बात कर रहे हो उसके बारे में?
देखिए, पहला चीज, there is no shortcuts to it. We have to do the long way. Only pharmaceuticals can give you a short-term relief of the symptoms, but they will not take care of the problem. Second, it's always a multifactorial problem. We have to evaluate and find out. अगर एक आंसर होता तो अपना बच्चा लोग को इतना प्रॉब्लम होता ही नहीं. They could have been solved by now.
अच्छा.
Right? It's always a multi-factor. So we have to really find out what is the missing component and what we can do about it.
Is there is any response? Is there is any there are? मेरे कहने का मतलब है कि जो predisposition susceptibilities होती है जो previous generation से, can we evaluate that?
See, again, we can do a genome test and find out the genetic makeup. अगर उसमें कुछ SNPs है, If they're there, they're there. You cannot change that. You only can change the environment so that those bad genes will not manifest. Or we eat for whatever, even if there is a, for example, आपके MTHFR gene में problem है, your detoxification is impaired. Now you make sure that your environment within the body is toxin free, so that your gene is not working out too much, जहाँ fail होने चालू हो जाए. So it's all about eating for your genes, making sure that your body is clean enough so that bad genes are not manifesting as a problem.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem, sir.
Hi, Dr. Samir here.
Hey, hi, Samir.
Yeah, I want to ask one thing. You mentioned that since the body is not able to digest certain proteins or certain ingredients, so we are having the deficiency of gut biome, and that is why this is happening. So, is there any test that we can determine whether this is the actual problem of gut microbiome? Because my son is now 2 years and 3 months old. We have given him egg sometimes, but he has a severe allergy to that, and once he was admitted to the hospital as well.
Right.
So, what can we do to prevent this, and how can we increase this gut microbiome in our body?
Right. Yes, there is a gut microbiome testing that we can do to know the diversity, the bad and the good bacteria quantity. Now, how do we solve the problem? We have to first do elimination process. We have to stop feeding the bad things. Okay, this is where you decrease that burden on the gut. Then you start doing a cleaning round with use of certain herbs and digestive enzymes and all that. Then we start repopulating the good bacteria with the use of probiotics, diverse foods, prebiotics. So this is a process. It's a elaborate process. Step by step, we have to do it. And then we slowly start doing a reintroduction. If we still find certain foods are reacting, then we have to be more careful and do more work on it.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Hello, doctor.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for the session, sir. I just have 3 questions. Yeah, I just want to know what is, how are you gonna check for the poor methylation? Like, what test are you going to do for that? Like, can you name it?
Right. So first, we generally go via blood markers. We check their nutrition. We check their homocysteine. Most of the time, when homocysteine is high, it can be a marker of poor methylation. Or if there is a toxic load, that can also be a marker of poor methylation. Of course, if we need to know, we can look for MTHFR or COMET gene, and we can do a gene profiling. But most of the time, blood work is enough to know, and clinically, it should be most of the time relevant. Of course, if required, we can go to another extent of getting into genome testing.
Yeah, and the other question is that what are all the mandatory tests that you are going to check for an autistic child, like to know the profile?
Mm-hmm.
What are the mandatory tests? Like you have to see for this nutrient deficiencies or gut health, yeast inflammation or toxicity, whatever. Mm-hmm. Can you name the mandatory tests?
Like I said, we start with the blood testing. In the blood test, we check the organ function, we check the nutrition, we check the toxicity, we check the inflammatory markers, we check homocysteine. Okay. And this is fairly good enough to evaluate. And of course, we take all the signs and symptoms of the body as well. Now, this should be enough to get started with and to navigate through. And if we need, then we can get into organic testing. We can get that is metabolite testing or microbiome testing or hair sample analysis for more elaborate heavy metal toxicities and mineral test.
Yes, may I know the cost for this?
I think that we can discuss. It's not very, basic test is not very expensive. We can, it's a very 3 to 4K depending on, if anything extra is required depending on the need of the child. So it should not be very expensive.
Yeah, and the last question is if we would like to go for, certain tests that we would like to do on our behalf, like to apart from the deficiencies like C, D, E, or omegas. or the TFHR, if you want to do, I mean, if we request you to do all these microbiome test, all these, what would be the cost for that?
I think then, Amolya, we can discuss later, because every test will have a different cost, and we'll try to find out what is the cost of each test.
So not all might be applicable. So it would completely depend on how the condition is getting analyzed. Right. So there are, I would like to take a few questions from the chat as well, because there are a bunch of them. Just so there's a question, if prenatal folic acid exposure is one of the reasons, why is it included in first trimester nutrition?
Sorry, I could not hear you, Ayush.
Prenatal folic acid exposure is one of the reasons for learning disabilities. Why is it included in the first 3 trimester nutritional study?
Okay. So you see, science is an evolving subject. Okay. What was considered as a beneficial thing, maybe today we are able to interpret that it is doing more damage to us. Okay. Now, folic acid is a synthetic folate. It cannot function in the body, and it leads to a deleterious effect. Sometimes neural tube defects, and also those things also can happen, right? So maybe when the doctors were prescribing, they were not aware the outcomes of it. Now, outcomes we generally see after 20, 30 years of doing it. That's a sad part of it. Okay. Not that they were doing it deliberately, or they are doing deliberately. They think that it is helping. But as science is evolving, we are finding evidence that it is doing a damage. So it should not be folic acid. It should be methyl folate or folate, which is an active form of it.
Go ahead, ask your question.
Hello.
Yes.
All right. Yes.
Hello.
Answer.
Hello.
Yeah, Ritesh, go ahead.
Yeah. सर मेरा बेटा जो है 9 साल का है, और वो माने समझता है, लेकिन स्पीच नहीं है उसका, और हाइपर थोड़ा ज्यादा है, हाइपर, और वो पेशाब और बाथरूम वगैरह भी बोलता नहीं है, जैसे पैंट वगैरह में ही कर देता है। तो क्या करना चाहिए हमको? इसका हम लोग फिजियोथेरेपी वगैरह चल रहा है, उसका एसआई वगैरह चल रहा है, एसआई थेरेपी चल रहा है। जन्म के 1 दिन बाद उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम हुआ था, जैसे निमोनिया हो गया था जन्म के 1 दिन बाद, तो उसका डेवलपमेंट डिले है सब। वो 3 साल में बैठा, 4 साल में चला, तो ये सब प्रॉब्लम है।
राइट। सो अगेन इम्प्रूविंग द कंडीशन, बॉडी के कंडीशंस को इम्प्रूव कर लेंगे अगर, न्यूट्रिशन को, टॉक्सिसिटी को, माइक्रोबायोम को, तो इम्प्रूवमेंट डेफिनेटली आएगा। कितना लेवल का कब तक आएगा, दैट इज अ पार्ट टू बी सीन।
अच्छा।
जैसे हाइपर रिएक्टिव है, क्यों है? क्योंकि इन्फ्लेमेशन है, राइट?
अच्छा।
डिले है क्योंकि न्यूट्रिशन नहीं है बॉडी के अंदर।
और तो इसका जो टेस्ट बोले थे, टेस्ट करवा सकते हैं इसका?
बिल्कुल करा सकते हैं।
अच्छा, तो ये ब्लड टेस्ट में होगा? आप जो जैसे बता रहे थे, ब्लड टेस्ट में होगा क्या?
स्टार्ट हम ब्लड टेस्ट से करते हैं ट्रीटमेंट को, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द देन इंडिविजुअल नीड्स। अगर और एक्सटेंसिव, देखो एवरी टेस्ट विल हैव अ कॉस्ट टू इट।
अच्छा,
है ना? तो वी हैव टू बी केयरफुल विदाउट वी वेस्ट मनी। तो
अच्छा,
पहले स्टार्ट करते हैं, उसके बाद देखते हैं अगर कुछ और चाहिए होगा तो वी गेट इनटू इट। अदरवाइज अगर जो फर्स्ट लेवल प्रोटोकॉल से इंप्रूवमेंट आने चालू होता है, देन इट शुड बी फाइन।
तो इसका स्लीप भी मैंने स्लो है बहुत, स्लीप जो है डिस्टर्ब है, प्रॉपर स्लीप नहीं है।
राइट सर। सो नाउ एक और चीज समझने की है, समथिंग कॉल्ड सर्केडियन रिदम। हमारा जो बॉडी है, आप लॉजिकली आपका ब्रेन टाइम पीस को देख के, घड़ी को देख के बोल देगा सुबह हो गया, शाम हो गया। अभी बॉडी सेल को कैसे मालूम चलता है कि सुबह हो गया, शाम हो गया? इट इज ऑल बेस्ड ऑन द लाइट दैट इट फॉल्स ऑन। ओके, अभी क्या हो रहा है कि हम दिन के टाइम पे धूप में नहीं जाते हैं, तो सेल को पता ही नहीं चलता कि धूप है, दिन है कि रात है, राइट? इवनिंग में हम बहुत ब्राइट लाइट में बैठे रहते हैं, ऑल ट्यूब लाइट्स और माइक्रो सन दैट इज पॉपिंग अप। बॉडी कंफ्यूज्ड है कि दिन है कि रात है, उसको पता ही नहीं कब सोना है, कब जागना है। अभी क्या करते हैं कि जस्ट बिफोर यू गो टू स्लीप यू टर्न ऑफ योर ट्यूबलाइट। बॉडी को जब अभी आप नेचुरली अगर देखें, जैसे सनसेट होगा, डार्क होने लगेगा, आपका बॉडी सेल प्रिपेयर होने लगेगा कि आप सोने को जाना है, नाउ यू हैव टू गेट रेडी फॉर अ स्लीप। लेकिन अगर आप ट्यूबलाइट जलता रहेगा तो बॉडी में ब्लू लाइट आता रहेगा और स्टिमुलस मिलता रहेगा कि ये दिन है, ये दिन है, दिन है। ओके और अगर वो रात की फीलिंग बॉडी सेल्स को नहीं आएगा और रिपेयर मैकेनिज्म नहीं हो पाएगा। वी कैन नॉट रिपेयर आवर बॉडी इफ वी डोंट स्लीप। तो इसलिए इतना लाइटिंग, ब्लू लाइट टॉक्सिसिटी, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड जो हम बात कर रहे थे, ये बहुत डैमेज करते हैं। स्पेशली फॉर अ ग्रोइंग चाइल्ड इट इज मोर डैमेजिंग। इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी कीप देम अवे एज मच एज पॉसिबल।
अच्छा, okay, thank you, sir.
So Nishant from chat has a question. He wants to generalize for everyone. So although everything is deeply personalized in the program, but are there some common suggestions for mental health children that can be followed across the board?
I think खाना इंप्रूव कर दीजिए, शुगर्स बंद कर दीजिए, गेहूं बंद कर दीजिए, दूध बंद कर दीजिए, रिफाइंड ऑयल बंद कर दीजिए, प्लास्टिक पैकेज बंद कर दीजिए, घर का बना फ्रेश फूड खिलाइए उनको। अगर बच्चा चूजी है, ही विल सी टेस्ट इज अ एक्वायर्ड थिंग, वी आर नॉट बोर्न विद द टेस्ट बड्स। जैसा हम खाते हैं वैसा टेस्ट बन जाता है, उसको लाइक करने लगते हैं। लेकिन अगर आप बच्चे को खराब खिलाते रहोगे, उसका खराब के लिए टेस्ट बन जाएगा and he will always crave for that, he will always ask for it. Another thing is it is a microbiome, the gut microbiome is deciding your liking and disliking also. जैसा आपने खाया वैसा बैक्टीरिया हो गया और वैसा बैक्टीरिया वैसी चीज को ही डिमांड करेगा। तो अगर स्लोली आप खराब चीजों को हटा दो, अच्छी चीजों को लगा लो, दिल 2-4 दिन रोएगा, इवेंचुअली सेटल होएगा। दैट्स वन। सेकंड कि उनका एनवायरनमेंट अच्छा होना चाहिए। Make sure that they are not exposed to all this negative electromagnetic field from the TV, laptop, screen, electronic gadgets. We are naturally not, हम ये सब recent चीजें हैं अपनी सोसाइटी में, recently हमको इतना प्रॉब्लम आ गया है। Okay, so you keep them away. Make sure they sleep by 9 o'clock. They don't wake up till very late. Okay, make sure they go under sun. Sun is very, very important for developing brain. Make sure they ground. अभी क्या है कि ऑलवेज अपने पैर और जमीन के बीच में एक रबर है, प्लास्टिक है, वी नेवर ग्राउंड। नाउ ग्राउंडिंग इज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट फॉर अ ग्रोइंग चाइल्ड। अगर वो ग्राउंड नहीं कर रहा है, उसका पैर का मूवमेंट अच्छा नहीं है, ही कैन नॉट फील द लैंड बिकॉज वी आर एनिमल्स ऑफ दिस लैंड। अगर हम नेचर से दूर जाएंगे, वी आर इनटू ट्रबल। मेक श्योर दैट यू डोंट do excessive hygiene, use of all sanitizers and all that, they kill the good bacteria and we get into trouble.
सर मैं कुछ पूछ सकती हूँ? मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि विदाउट एनी ब्लड टेस्ट क्या मैं बच्चे को ऑटिज्म मैंने डिक्लेयर कर सकता है कोई?
सी ओके, नाउ ये जो ऑटिज्म डिक्लेयर होता है, ये सिम्टम्स के ऊपर डिक्लेयर होता है। ओके, हम जो कह रहे हैं दिस इज ऑल अबाउट फाइंडिंग द कॉज ऑफ द ऑटिज्म। अब कॉज के लिए अपने को ब्लड टेस्ट या यूरिन टेस्ट कुछ करना पड़ेगा। सिम्टम के बेसिस पे यू पुट देम इनटू ब्रैकेट्स, ये ADHD है, ADH है, OCD है, ये है, वो है। So that is purely
actually my son is 2.1 year, मैंने 2 years 1 month and वो अपने नाम पे रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करता है। वो मतलब कुछ अभी सिर्फ कार, कैट ये 2 वर्ड बोलता है, बाकी और कुछ नहीं बोलता है। और मैं उसको बुलाती रहती हूँ बट ये मेरे को रिस्पॉन्स नहीं करता है, कुछ समझता नहीं है। तो ये क्या ये सिम्टम्स है?
हाँ, सिम्टम है ऑटिज्म का। This is one of the symptom of autism. They don't respond, they don't socialize, they don't do eye contact. तो ये से सिम्टम्स हैं। लेकिन इट्स नॉट ऑल। सी वन थिंग, एक चीज आपने को समझने की, जो हम इस प्रोग्राम में करेंगे, देयर इज नथिंग टू लूज, इट्स ऑल टू गेन। आपको समझ आएगा कि बच्चे के लिए राइट एनवायरनमेंट, राइट फूड, राइट न्यूट्रिशन क्या है। ओके, कोई केमिकल नहीं यूज करना, ऑल हेल्दी वेज वी हैव टू अडॉप्ट टू ग्रो आवर चाइल्ड। तो एज अ कॉन्सिक्वेंस उनका abilities to respond, to socialize, to learn new things will increase.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Ji sir, hi Samir here. Can I ask you one question?
Please.
Yes. Now we have all discussed about this packages and all this online sessions and all. But can I get a face-to-face interaction with you for reporting all the symptoms of what my child has?
Okay, so I am based out in Bangalore.
Oh.
So आज की डेट में सर टेक्नोलॉजी इज अ ग्रेट enabler. He still can be highly communicative. Videos hai,
Yes.
you can other than touching, you can feel the doctor in every possible way you want to feel.
Yeah, because you know the questions will keep coming one by one. All 1.5 year I was writing the questions. If I start asking the questions, it will be 1.5 hour session for me only.
See,
so
Samir,
that's why.
See, Samir, symptoms can be different. Okay, development issues can be different. At the end of the day, what we are trying to talk about is what has caused this problem and how do we resolve that. उसमें काफी फिक्सेशन हो जाता है, उसमें बहुत ज्यादा मतलब काफी चीजें कवर अप हो जाती हैं इन दैट प्रोसेस ऑफ फाइंडिंग द रूट कॉज. ओके, अब अलग अलग सिम्टम के हिसाब से यू कैन गिव 100 नेम्स टू द प्रॉब्लम.
ओके,
लेकिन जस्ट लाइक अगर आप समझते होंगे कि किसी को रेमेटॉइड होता है, किसी को सोरियासिस होता है, किसी को बैक का एंकिलाइजिंग स्पॉन्डिलाइटिस होता है, किसी को किडनी में प्रॉब्लम आ जाता है. नाउ इट इज ऑल अ ऑटो इम्यून प्रॉब्लम. डिपेंडिंग ऑन किसी को थायराइड का प्रॉब्लम आ जाता है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन कि कौन सा ऑर्गन पहले इन्वॉल्व हो गया, उसका डिफरेंट डिफरेंट नाम आ जाता है एंड डिफरेंट डॉक्टर्स उसको अपने तरीके से देखने लगते हैं. लेकिन रूट कॉज ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम रिमेन्स द सेम. अगर हम रूट कॉज ठीक कर लेंगे तो स्पॉन्डिलाइटिस भी ठीक हो जाएगा, रेमेटॉइड भी ठीक हो जाएगा, सोरियासिस भी ठीक हो जाएगा. सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट फाइंडिंग व्हाट इज गोइंग रॉन्ग इन द बॉडी. सेम अप्लाइज टू दीस चिल्ड्रन आल्सो.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Excuse me. Hello.
Yes.
Sir, when you are saying कि we should not feed packaged food to kids, it's like अभी छोटे बच्चे, the newborn kids, they are having packaged milk. That is the मतलब सबसे basic, सबसे start हो रहा है वो packaged milk से.
ओके, तो देखिए 6 महीने तो मदर्स मिल्क चाहिए उसको. उसके बाद आप थोड़ा थोड़ा सॉलिड फूड खिला सकते हो, है ना. तो मिल्क को हमने इतना अटमोस्ट क्यों बना रखा है? इट सी 40% ऑफ द मिल्क एज पर द डेटा हमेशा सही नहीं होता है, कम होता है. इज अडल्टरेटेड. 40% ऑफ मिल्क अवेलेबल इन इंडिया इज अडल्टरेटेड. अडल्टरेशन का मतलब क्या है कि उसमें यूरिया हो सकता है, उसमें शैम्पू हो सकता है, उसमें सोडा हो सकता है, उसमें all kind of nonsense is there. Refined oils are there. Now, first of all, it is not even milk. 40% of milk is not even milk. That's one problem. Second problem, it is pasteurized. Now, pasteurized का मतलब क्या होता है कि उसमें जो बैक्टीरिया है, माइक्रोबायोम. So every food has its own microbiome. अगर आप कैरेट को लोगे, कैरेट को वैक्यूम में डाल के रख दोगे, you will find after 6 months, 9 months, carrot will turn into dust, even in the vacuum, because the carrot has its own microbiome. बैक्टीरिया उसके अंदर भी है. तो हर किसी फूड को खाने के लिए, डाइजेस्ट करने के लिए अपने को वो फूड भी माइक्रोबायोम लेके आता है. अगर दूध को पेस्चराइज कर दिया, उसका जो बैक्टीरिया वो मर जाएगा. नाउ इफ यू कीप दैट मिल्क आउटसाइड, इट कैन नॉट गेट स्पॉइल्ड फॉर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. जो बाहर सड़ता नहीं है, अंदर में डाइजेस्ट होने में बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. दैट्स अनदर प्रॉब्लम विद द मिल्क. थर्ड प्रॉब्लम विद मिल्क इज अ प्लास्टिक पैकेज. ना प्लास्टिक देखा होगा, इट्स नॉट इवन एडिबल प्लास्टिक, राइट. इट इज नॉट अ फूड ग्रेड प्लास्टिक. वो प्लास्टिक लीच आउट करता रहता है दूध के अंदर, बिकॉज इट्स अ लिक्विड एंड इट इज इन कांस्टेंट टच विद इट. नाउ दैट बिकम्स अ xenobiotic. दैट कैन बी न्यूरोटॉक्सिक, दैट कैन बी immune toxic. You see what are the problems today. Of course, 40 years back, 50 years back, 30 years back, when you give milk was nourishing, but today milk is not nourishing anymore.
सर मैं प्रियंका श्रीवास्तव बोल रही हूँ. मुझे एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था अपनी डॉटर के लिए. मेरी डॉटर जो है वो 2.9 इयर्स ओल्ड है और उसको ऑटिज्म है. और अभी तो डॉक्टर ने सिर्फ यही बताया ऑटिज्म है, और उसकी भी थेरेपी वगैरह भी चल रही है, ओटी मतलब ऑक्यूपेशनल थेरेपीज वगैरह. मेरा कंसर्न है कि जैसे अभी कुछ दिनों से मैं देख रही हूँ कि 3-4 दिनों से ना कभी कभी वो गुस्सा हो जाती है, फाइट कर लेती है, जो कि पहले नहीं था, है ना। तो मैं मतलब मुझे कंसर्न था कि सिर्फ ऑटिज्म के अलावा भी ये कुछ और सिम्टम भी शो कर रही है, या फिर ये कभी कभी हो सकता है बच्चों में, मतलब इस तरह की प्रॉब्लम कि वो
definitely it is not normal.
Sir, I think we got the part of
क्योंकि पहले इस तरह से
आपका नेटवर्क बहुत मैम, आप प्लीज अपना क्वेश्चन लिख दो। कैन यू प्लीज टाइप इन योर क्वेश्चन? आपका
नेटवर्क 2-3 दिन से लग रहा है कभी कभी गुस्सा ज्यादा हो जाती है ऐसा।
Manisha, I get your question now. Definitely, I mean, tantrum in बच्चों में ज्यादा हो जाते हैं, because sometimes see, for an adult, अगर किसी का पेट में प्रॉब्लम है, you can go and tell my पेट is not good, my stomach is not feeling well, or I have this problem that. Now kids do.
Sir,
yes.
Okay, so now this tantrum throwing is not very normal. Okay, and it can happen in these kids. Now, if we fix the problem, then this symptoms of this tantrums will also get milder.
Right. Miss Asma, Sindhu, Anjali, and Mr. Amolya, please ask your questions.
Yes, hello. Hello.
Yes,
ma'am, go ahead.
Yes, this is Asma here. Actually, मुझे मेरे बेटे के बारे में पूछना था, जो अभी 4.5 साल का है।
बोलिए मैम।
हेलो जी, वो ना सिर्फ वर्ड्स में बोलता है, सेंटेंस में नहीं बोलता है, और दूसरे बच्चों से मिंगल नहीं होता है, और इवन आई कांटेक्ट भी उतना ज्यादा नहीं है, कभी कभी करता है जैसे उसका दिल करे तब, और इतना ही बात करता है कि अगर उसको कुछ चाहिए तभी वो पूछता है कि मम्मा पानी, ऐसा सिर्फ वर्ड्स में, और बाकी टाइम में बस अपने ही दुनिया में रहता है, कुछ ना कुछ करते हुए, राइम्स बोलते हुए, खिलौने में खेलते हुए, इतना ही सब करता है। दूसरों से इंटरेक्ट करना ऐसा कुछ नहीं। अभी उसको स्कूल डाला हुआ है, 1 महीना हो गया, प्री स्कूल जा रहा है। वहां पर भी मैंने पूछा कि कैसा है प्रोग्रेस, तो वो बोल रहे हैं कि वो हाइपर एक्टिव है, एक जगह पे बैठता नहीं है, और पेंसिल भी ऐसी, घर पे भी मैं ट्राई करती हूँ, पेंसिल पकड़ता नहीं है ठीक से, दूसरे बच्चों से मिंगल नहीं होता है, उसका नाम अगर बुलाएंगे तो एक मतलब तभी का तभी रेस्पॉन्ड नहीं करता है, कभी रेस्पॉन्ड करता है कभी नहीं करता, ऐसा। इवन घर पे भी ऐसे ही, कभी रेस्पॉन्ड करता है, अगर मैं उसको बोलूं कि मम्मा चॉकलेट दे रही है तो वो जल्दी आएगा, अगर मैं उसको बुलाऊं उसके नाम से तो वो ऐसा करेगा जैसे कि कभी कभी कि वो अपने ही दुनिया में है।
Right. So these are typical ASD symptoms, right? वो स्पेक्ट्रम पे है ना? और
एक चीज है कि मैंने ना उसको ज्यादा, वो बहुत ज्यादा स्क्रीन टाइम में था, आई थिंक मोर देन 8 आवर्स वो दिन में स्क्रीन टाइम में था, या तो टैब या तो टीवी, ऐसा था। अभी फिलहाल मैंने 6 मंथ्स हो गया, अभी मैंने फुल 0 स्क्रीन टाइम कर दिया है उसका।
बहुत बढ़िया किया। I think you have made a very good choice. Now make sure that he get into sun also.
या ओके, इवन मैंने यहाँ पर मैं तो ओमान में रहती हूँ, मैं कर्नाटक से हूँ, मैंगलोर से, मैं यहाँ ओमान में हूँ मस्कत में। तो मैंने उसको यहाँ पर क्या किया, अभी मैंने पीडियाट्रिशियन को बताया था, उन्होंने बोला कि हाइपर एक्टिव बच्चों को बिल्कुल शुगर थिंग्स मत दो, उससे बच्चे ज्यादा हाइपर होते हैं। तो मेरा सवाल ये है कि मैं मतलब उसको मैं क्या दूं फिर, और मैं उससे क्या करूं, क्योंकि मैं यहाँ पर हूँ, अभी जॉइंट फैमिली तो नहीं है, हम सिंगल रहते हैं, और मेरा एक छोटा सा बच्चा है। मैं उससे बात करती हूँ, वो रिपीट करने स्टार्ट किया, पहले वो बिल्कुल नहीं करता था ये सब चीज, जब से वो टीवी बंद हो गया, मैं जो बोलती हूँ अगर मैं उसको स्लोली कुछ बोलूं तो वो रिपीट करता है। अभी सेम एज आई से कि मम्मा ऐसा बोलो करके बोलूंगी, वो भी ऐसा बोलो ही बोलेगा, किसी के कॉल पे नहीं आएगा, अगर वीडियो कॉल किसी को करना है तो वीडियो देखकर बोलेगा नो 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 करके जाएगा, इवन वो म्यूजिकल टॉयज हो उससे भी डरता है।
They don't socialize. Now you see, आपने टीवी बंद किया और थोड़ा आपको रिपीट कर रहा है। Now TV is one problem, laptop is one problem, tube lights and LED lights another problem. Okay, they emit, they also see TV में भी LED lights होता है, screen में LED light होता है, laptop पे भी LED light है, tube light भी LED है आजकल. They all emit lot of blue light, and blue light is toxic, and is one major reason behind growing number of autism. अभी क्या होता है, we hardly go under sun, and after sun is set is there, we turn on all the lights at home.
Yes.
It becomes very bright. Now cells don't recognize whether it is a day and a night. This is where the problem starts.
Okay.
And of course, we have to improve all the aspects of the diet से लेके, nutrition से लेके, environment से लेके, toxicity, सब कुछ ठीक करना चाहिए ताकि वो नॉर्मल हो जाएंगे.
जी. हेलो, ऐसा कुछ मेडिसिन है उनके लिए?
हाँ जी,
मेडिसिन कुछ है उनके लिए? ऐसे बच्चों के लिए मेडिसिन होता है या फिर हमें ही कुछ करना है, मतलब उनके साथ?
नहीं, अब हमें ही करना है. That's the whole education here, that medicine से अगर ठीक हो जाता तो इतना number of kids suffering from this situation would not have happened.
ओके. नहीं, मैंने बहुत जगह देखा कि कोई बोलते हैं कि इनुलिन, क्या ऑलिव ऑयल का क्या बोलते हैं वो, those things and all doses. जो मैंने मतलब फेसबुक में कुछ देखा था.
Inulin is a prebiotic. Okay. Now medicine का generally मतलब होता है कि pharmaceutical drugs.
हाँ, मुझे ना वही चीज नहीं करना है, उसको उसमें नहीं डालना है, बस वो उसमें एडिक्ट नहीं होना है मुझे उस चीज में उसको.
So that is not even a sustainable solution.
Yes.
All right.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, this
Hello.
is Sindhu.
Yeah.
Hello.
Is this Sindhu?
Hello. Sir. This is Sindhu. Sir, I have a question. Is non-pasteurized milk, if we bought directly from the farmer, is good?
Okay. All right. Now, there is two kind of milk that are available. One is coming from an organic cow. Organic cow.
Organic cow, A2 milk.
A2 milk, and which is raw milk. That is still fine. But if the condition of the child is not good, if health is not good, I will still recommend not to give it.
Okay. Only milk should be avoided, or all other milk products should be avoided?
Paneer should be avoided. Anything made of the milk, except ghee.
Milk products.
Except ghee. Ghee is something from a high quality milk you can still give.
Okay, sir. Okay, actually, he wets the bed only when he is in his deep sleep. Otherwise, he uses the toilet and everything. But he could not control it when he is in deep sleep.
Right. So I think if it's a milder symptom, that's okay. I mean, this can happen in younger.
Like he is also not speaking well, but he's using words, but he's trying to frame sentences, but he could not able to get it.
Right. So I think he can definitely get help from this program.
Yeah. So can I have your appointment, sir?
So this is a Sindhu group program that we are doing.
Okay.
Where at the end of the day, see, now you have the question on the milk and all that. We will answer all these questions to the core, so that as a parent, you know what is right and wrong. And then you can implement, will help you implement all these strategies.
Hello, sir.
Oh, okay, sir.
I'm Anjali here.
Yes,
hi, Anjali.
My son is 6.5 years old and he is in spectrum disorder.
Right.
I want to take this program, but I want to know what is the success rate of this program.
Right.
And and how many autistic child fade this autism disorder spectrum.
Right.
Fade this program. How many percentage fade of this?
Okay, paid. Okay. So just to give you the success numbers, 40% of approximate. Of course, this cannot be black and white thingy, but 40% of the kids, children in the first month, they will start seeing improvement, and up to 80% of the child fairly get very good success. Okay, 80% of the children. Now, depending on the severity, depending on the gut health, depending on the toxicity, depending on the nutritional status, it can take 6 months, it can take 9 months, but you have to be consistent. You have to be willing to take a plunge into it.
Sir, क्या ये spectrum disorder से बाहर आ सकते हैं बच्चे?
That's a whole. हाँ, वही हम करना चाहते हैं. That is why we are doing this effort to help you understand what is the root cause, and if you follow that, if you fix that, these children will improve. They come out of the spectrum.
Okay. वो intelligence आ जाती है मतलब normal childs में जैसे आती है.
So basically idea है कि उनको improve करना है. Don't put it up, उनको हमको हमेशा competition behavior में नहीं जाना कि वो उतना ही होना चाहिए, उसके जैसा हो जाना चाहिए.
नहीं वो नहीं मतलब जैसे normal behavior.
Yes.
जैसे अपना खुद का need वो fulfill कर सके. दूसरे की बातें understand कर सके, answer कर सके बस.
Absolutely. They should be. See,
not in the education, but only in the normal socialization.
Education भी improve होएगा. Every aspect of their life will improve.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Hello. सर मेरे बच्चों को मेडिसिन जैसे मैंने दे रहा हूँ, पिरासिटम दे रहा हूँ, पिरासिटम.
ओके. और
जैसे थोड़ा सा नींद के लिए, जैसे अच्छा नींद आए तो उसके लिए दे रहे हैं इंस्पिरेड.
ओके.
ये दोनों दे रहे हैं. और ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट कोविड ब्रेन कोलिब्रेन दे रहे हैं, कोलिब्रेन. तो ये हाइपर है, उसके लिए ये सब मेडिसिन दिया जा रहा है उसको थोड़ा.
देखिए अगेन, now what you're trying to do is that you want to control the symptoms without solving the problem. है ना? हम क्या करना चाहते हैं, प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना चाहते हैं, जिससे सिम्टम्स खुद से कंट्रोल हो जाएगा ना. इफ यू कीप सप्रेसिंग द सिम्टम्स, प्रॉब्लम कम नहीं होगा, बढ़ेगा.
अच्छा.
अगर एक प्रेशर कुकर है, वो आग के ऊपर रखा हुआ है, सोल्यूशन क्या है कि आपको अगर प्रेशर उसका वेसल को बंद करना है, आपको आग को बंद करना पड़ेगा.
अच्छा.
नॉट दैट यू प्रेशर उसके वेसल के ऊपर और प्रेशर डाल दो. राइट. You have to turn off the fire. You have to turn off the inflammation.
तो सर उसका माने हाइपर हम कैसे कम कर सकते हैं? हाइपर जैसे हाइपर ज्यादा है.
हाँ सर, हाइपर is because again I'm repeatedly saying it's an inflammation in the brain. Inflammation के बहुत सारे कारण हैं. Okay. पूरा कारण को
उसको घूमना पसंद ज्यादा. गाड़ी में अगर घूमता रहे तो वो नॉर्मल है.
ठीक है. We have to fix the root cause. We have to find out by running certain battery of tests, and of course we have to fix the environment. All those things we have to fix. अगर just मैं फिर से repeat करता हूँ अपने आप को. Wheat and जो casein है from the dairy, okay, they can act like opium. Imagine what damage we are doing by feeding dairy and wheat. They will be addicted to it. Okay, वो नशे में रहते हैं, उनको समझ नहीं आता क्या हो रहा है. This is not their fault.
Yes, Mr. Satish, you have a question. Your hand is up. Please unmute yourself and ask your question, sir. All right. Anybody else? Any other questions, please? Sameer, Bhupendra, Satish.
Yes, hi, Sameer here. जी मेरा बेटा अभी मैक्सिमम टाइम तो रोटी खाता है जो गेहूं से बना हुआ है, और जब उसको सोने के टाइम थोड़ा तो मिल्क चाहिए तभी वो सो जाता है. तो लिसनिंग टू ऑल दिस means all our discussions, I can definitely make out that the packaged milk and wheat products are not good because they are gluten content. So उसमें rice, dal rice चलेगा, right? And what else is the food you suggest? We can replace the milk and this chapati.
Right. पहले समझना है कि grains are of three quality. One is a negative, then a neutral, then a positive.
Okay.
Negative is wheat and white rice. White rice is also just a carb. It does not have any nutrition to it. Okay. Then comes a neutral grain. Neutral means ragi, jawar, bajri. Okay. ये आपकी हेल्थ को बढ़ाएंगे भी नहीं, कम भी नहीं करेंगे. Then you have this positive millets, little, kodo, barnyard, foxtail. They will enhance your health. That is the grain part. Then milk. आप almond milk ले लीजिए, coconut milk ले लीजिए, oat milk ले लीजिए. Okay. So there are variety of vegan milk you can give it to them if milk is such a requirement. But otherwise, milk is not a essential part of our diet. We always say कि calcium चाहिए. As per the latest data, large part of the calcium from the milk, it does not even get absorbed into our body.
Okay, okay. तो अभी जैसे आपने तीन टाइप्स बताए ग्रेन्स के, तो उसमें अभी ओके, आई विल डेफिनेटली avoid this wheat chapati and white rice. But what do you suggest in terms of grains? See, all vegetables we can give it to him, right? All vegetables, what we have.
Most of them, yes. Sometimes some family called nightshade family, which is tomato, potato, brinjal, cucumber. Something it can react. We have to see whether it is reacting or not. Now, in terms of grain, like I said, little millet, kodo, barnyard, foxtail, brown top. There are multiple grains which you can feed every alternate day, so they can keep rotating different grains.
Okay, okay. Other than this shira poha, वो सब तो दे सकते हैं. That is normal, right? Shira poha.
I don't know what is shira, sir. Apologies for that. But poha is generally made of the white rice. Again, flattened rice है, उसमें nutrition ही नहीं है.
Okay. Okay, okay. Understood, understood. So I have to go into the details of this food, what we can give it to him. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Right. So भूपेंद्र जी, आपका कोई सवाल है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं.
जी सर, मेरा नमस्ते सर, मैं भूपेंद्र बोल रहा हूँ. मेरा 2.5 साल का बेटा है जो अभी डिले स्पीच के इश्यू है उसका, और वो अपने भाई के साथ तो खूब खेलता है और यूरिन पॉटी सब बताता है हमें. और वो क्या है, आजकल वर्ड्स अल्फाबेट्स भी डिपेक्ट करता है, लेकिन क्या है उसको एग्जैक्ट बोल नहीं पा रहा, एग्जैक्ट वर्ड नहीं बोल पा रहा हो. और जो उसके पिक्टोरियल रिप्रेजेंटेशन है उनको भी वो बताता है, जैसे एप्पल, ये एप्पल है, ये ऑरेंज है. बट मेन इशू है सर वो एक तो उसका चिड़चिड़ा स्वभाव उसका, और बच्चों के साथ थोड़ा सोशल नहीं हो रहा वो, लेकिन बिल्कुल अकेले भी नहीं रहता, अपने भाई के साथ खेल रहा है, वो खेलता है. और उसको कोई इंटरप्ट करे तब थोड़ा वो इरिटेट होता है सर.
हाँ,
तो क्या मैं तो समझ ही नहीं पा रहा कि है क्या इशू करके.
नहीं, देखिए, अगेन we need not to put every symptom into a bracket.
और थोड़ा कमांड भी कभी फॉलो करता है, कभी नहीं करता है. एक इशू ये भी है उसका.
एक चीज है कि 14 to 20% of the kids.
Sir, am I audible?
I can, Bhupinder ji, I can hear you. Kuch percent of kids, over a period of time, they will get normal. But unfortunately, that's not the case in every child. तो अगर आज हमको लगता है कि some difficulties they are facing, we should solve that difficulty. And these are all very basic things, very fundamentals that we work on, so that development can happen normally. So I think this program will greatly help. Of course, you have to pick up whether you want to get into it or not. But if you do it, it certainly help him. Set the right foundation for him.
Right. So I think we have already spent around 2 hours into the session. So we would be closing the session. One last question we'll be able to pick if you have any. Otherwise, hardly anybody, I don't know how many of you are interested or whatnot, but very few have shared their phone numbers. So in case you are interested, then please do share your phone numbers if you have queries also.
Sorry sir, your voice is not audible here.
Okay.
अगर आप लोग interested हैं तो please अपने phone numbers share करिए chat में. कोई सवाल हैं अभी भी बचे हुए तो आप अपने phone numbers share करिए, so that we can reach out and assist you. Otherwise, all the details are there. कोई भी अगर WhatsApp.
Hello.
कोई भी अगर व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में नहीं है तो प्लीज बी अ पार्ट ऑफ व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप so that you can build community. So we keep sharing and you don't have to bind to the program necessarily, but yes, the program can help you with a proper structure. Baki
hello, excuse me sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes sir, my daughter is 5+. She is able to speak but can't speak properly. मतलब वो रिपीट करती है, पीछे पीछे सब कुछ रिपीट कर लेती है, इन सेंटेंस भी कर लेती है, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम क्या है, उसकी जो भी वो बोलती है, फैमिली तो समझ पाते हैं, बट बाहर वाले नहीं समझ पाते हैं। और थोड़ा लर्निंग में डिसेबिलिटी लगती है मुझे उसकी, जैसे बहुत जल्दी वो भूल जाती है। एंड सोशल पार्ट में मैं कहूंगी बल्कि हर किसी से बहुत जल्दी मिक्स हो जाती है वो, बट आई कांटेक्ट थोड़ा इतना नहीं करती है, बट मिक्स हर किसी स्ट्रेंजर से भी बहुत जल्दी मिक्स हो जाती है वो। तो ये क्या साइन है उसके? मतलब
देखिए ऐसा है कि इसीलिए इसको स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स बोलते हैं। It necessarily does not mean कि every symptom will fit into the diagnosis.
Okay.
Alright. Of course, अगर जैसे आपने कहा लर्निंग डिसेबिलिटी है, अगर हम उनको हेल्प करेंगे बच्चे को, उनका लर्निंग शुड इम्प्रूव, है ना? और speaking abilities will improve. Okay. So what we are trying to do is just create the right conditions for the body, for the right development. Body के लिए भी, brain के लिए भी.
Okay. So what should we do for this?
One thing is you can join the program and provide a structure to his development. Other things, doctor has suggested so many things in terms of diet and other things you can do.
Okay. So we should avoid wheat also.
Wheat is one major part of the problem today for every age group. Diabetes wheat के कारण है, hypothyroidism wheat के कारण है, autism wheat के कारण है.
So what can we use there? What is the substitute of wheat?
I just mentioned those grains, millets, little, kodo, barnyard, foxtail.
जो डॉक्टर राजू कृष्णनाथ मम्मा कर रहे।
Yes ma'am, go ahead.
कहो इंजी आप है।
Any other person, any other question? निर्मल जी आपका कोई सवाल है, पूछ सकते हैं।
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, one thing more. Is it the sign of ADHD? Someone told me that it is a ADHD problem.
Again, Nirmal ji, I am telling you, we need not to put every symptom into one diagnosis. Okay? अगर अपने को लगता है learning disability है, speaking disability है,
मतलब ये कह सकते हैं slow learner है।
करेक्ट। आई एम टेलिंग यू कि हम कुछ ना कुछ इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं ताकि उनका डेवलपमेंट नॉर्मल हो जाए। बट इफ वी ट्राई टू पुट एवरी प्रॉब्लम इनटू अ ब्रैकेट व्हिच इज अ डायग्नोसिस व्हिच माइट नॉट हैपन एंड यू माइट फेल टू एड्रेस द इशू।
Okay.
Yeah, hi. May I request one of the co-hosts to just type in the chat box for the positive grains? Which are the positive grains? Means as we mentioned, barnyard and all. So
sure,
that
sure. We can do
please.
that. Hello.
Yes.
हेलो सर, मेरा बेटा है 2.5 साल का। जी, वो स्पीच डिले है और कुछ वर्ड बोलता है, जैसे पापा मम्मा बोलता है, लेकिन डायरेक्ट पापा को पापा नहीं बोल रहा है, मम्मा को मम्मा नहीं बोल रहा है। और जैसे अपने भाई के साथ तो खेलता है, लेकिन और बच्चों के साथ उतना नहीं खेलता है। अच्छा, और कोई उसको थोड़ा सा भी टच कर दे तो चिढ़ जाता है एकदम से।
करेक्ट।
चल आता पानी भरे जा, क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
हाँ, I think this is again a part of the spectrum. They don't allow anybody to touch them. They don't mingle with a lot of friends. Their socializing problems, communication problem hai, maintaining relationships is a problem. So this is all part of the spectrum, है ना?
अलग?
तो सर ये ASD के सिम्टम तो नहीं है?
Again, I'm telling you, these are the symptoms of the. Now, स्पेक्ट्रम में एक साइड ऑटिज्म है, एक साइड पे ADHD भी है, राइट? एंड नेसेसरली ऐसा जरूरी नहीं होता कि एक डायग्नोसिस के अगर 10 सिम्टम है वो हर बच्चे में वो 10 के 10 सिम्टम हो, जब तक सिम्टम नहीं आए हम उसको डायग्नोस नहीं करें, उसको हम ट्रीट नहीं करें। नाउ द गुड थिंग अबाउट व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज कि हम केमिकल बेस्ड ट्रीटमेंट नहीं लगा रहे हैं, फार्मास्यूटिकल में नहीं जा रहे हैं। इट्स ऑल अबाउट बेसिक्स, गिविंग द राइट कंडीशंस। तो अगर उसमें कम सिम्टम्स भी हैं बट देयर यू एज अ मदर फील दैट समथिंग रॉन्ग एंड यू वांट टू सॉल्व दैट,
Right. So with this, we would like to close the session. One last call for anybody who wants to share their phone numbers or any other thing. So thank you for joining us. आप लोगों में से कोई भी फोन नंबर अभी भी शेयर करना चाहे तो प्लीज कर दे, so that we can help you. Baki, my phone number is there with you. My name is Ayush. I am typing in my number one last time. You can definitely reach out to me and you can take whatever concerns you have, questions you have, whatever you want to discuss, you can discuss in detail. और बहुत ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, if it is necessarily required, we can have a small discussion with Dr. Ashwini as well, so that you are very well informed and you can take a judicious call before joining in. And we would love to help you all. We'll 35 of you are there still, or at least I would, since you have spent so much of time, more than 2 hours with us, I would love to see all of your lovely faces and your lovely children in the program. So with this, goodbye and good luck, and let's hope that we all meet together very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayush.
Thank you. Thank you for your information.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Very nice session.